Hello everybody and thank you for visiting. This video is about to show a difference, or more about a detail in the meaning of a statement of Donald Trump and understanding the true meaning of what he is saying, because that is what counts. The comedian James Corden, I hope speaking out his name correctly, uses an address of the US President Donald Trump for a joke in his late night show. First, fun and humor is important, I agree, so don't get me wrong here. It's more about the peril of a misunderstanding in general, or putting the declaration of so-called authorities, people we have chosen to force our rights against threats and evil, in the wrong corner. Intended is questioning the true meaning behind this statement. Okay, let's check out this statement now introduced by James Corden.
President Trump gave an interview yesterday to ABC News. I don't know if you saw it, but in that interview, he was asked if he has fulfilled his election promise of being truthful. And he responded by saying, quote, "When I can, I tell the truth."
That was fun, but now let's take a closer look into, to realize the deeper meaning of this statement. Therefore, just let's see how Donald Trump commanded these words by itself. So it is his explanation of his statement. In 2018, Trump said to ABC News, "Well, I do try, and I always want to tell the truth. When I can, I tell the truth, and sometimes it turns out to be, where something happens that is different or there's a change, but I always like to be truthful." Okay, that's what he said, intended to be truthful. Differentiate what it also means, and I think it's more important to view what it truly means apart from what he's just saying. It's about telling the truth if it is possible, and the catchword here is truth. So everybody has to understand the significance of this statement. It's about publishing concealed truth due to the associated threat, he said so. When I can, I tell the truth, and it means, as soon as personal and social safeguards allow it, he comes to public with the truth. Doing so, he used to defend the nation and his own against deep state and blood elite threats. That's what we have to understand, seriousness of the situation. And I think, to stand against evil and injustice united has to come first. It is on every one of us, not just the work of a single man. All of our elected representatives have only as much power as we leave to them. There have been people in the past who wanted to tell the truth like Donald Trump these days. One of them said,
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society, and we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. No president should fear public scrutiny of his program, for from that scrutiny comes understanding, and from that understanding comes support or opposition, and both are necessary. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For I have complete confidence in the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed. I not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends to be candid about its errors. For as a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. And that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution, not primarily to amuse and entertain, not to emphasize the trivial and the sentimental, not to simply give the public what it wants, but to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers and our opportunities, to indicate our crises and our choices, to lead, mold, educate, and sometimes even anger public opinion. This means greater coverage and analysis of international news, for it is no longer far away and foreign, but close at hand and local. It means greater attention to improved understanding of the news, as well as improved transmission. And it means, finally, that government at all levels must meet its obligation to provide you with the fullest possible information outside the narrowest limits of national security. And so it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance, confident that with your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.
Now, just formulated with Donald Trump's words, President Kennedy said the truth before he can. That's why he's been killed. Now we know. And it puts the statement of the actual US President in a different view. The very great danger that Kennedy warned of comes true. and he was not the only one who knew about it, but dared to report it under self-endangerment. What should we do now? What could be effective, enabling everyone to take action? First off, nobody should do immoral things which are imposed on him, not even for money. Preserve your pure conscience. To implement their plan into present, they need us, the executive body, to keep companies running, to expand infrastructure, for ensuring the state security, even for pulling the trigger to fire weapons against so-called enemies. For all dirty work they need us, for everything. It's us who do all this. So we actively influence the mechanisms of a controlled system. We actually do, because we are the working part. Through consistent and uncompromising rejection of immoral decisions, we become effectively active. The good thing is, everyone can do this right now. It is the biggest mission of life. We should ever do this. Further steps could be: strengthen cohesion in communities. By participating in communities, every single one is less attackable. Stand up for protecting communication systems to secure information exchange. Spreading the right informations. Question injustice in public and do not tolerate injustice around you. Keep researching things skeptical by yourself. Question things that seem suspicious. Choose wisely what spend your money for. I hope you get the meaning of this video and don't mistake me. Thank you for watching, stay well folks, do the right thing. Bye.